Coach, after a lengthy 5-game trip out west, 6 if you tack on Miami, how good will it be for your group to play on the home floor in front of the fans here tonight?
Well, we said it, leaving Denver, last night, just being able to get home in front of our home fans, the crowd, the energy, sleeping in our own bed, developing a home routine for the next 3 games, but just understanding like how important this one is tonight.
There's the All-Star break in between and one game in kind of Atlanta in between, but the 10 of the next 11 are at home. For the next month or so, trying to gear up for a playoff run, just how valuable can that be for you guys?
I kind of get chills thinking about it just because the intensity of the game is turning up. Our guys coming back, slowly getting healthy. We'll have a whole team. And then just having our spirit in the right direction of being at home in front of our fans, just being able to feel that energy, feel the crowd, and exactly how much they support us. There's nothing better than the intensity and this moment for us to be able to regroup and restart, back at home.
You guys have used kind of these late season homestands, or these kind of like mid-late season homestands to really spark you late in the seasons. What's kind of the key, in your tenure, the team's always finished strong into the season. What's kind of the key to finishing strong, and how can you apply that this year?
Embracing each moment. I think that's going to be very important, understanding where we are right now, not just in the standings, but just in style of play. How do we want to, get ourselves right on the right track overall, creating that rhythm, creating that chemistry as we get guys back in the lineup, but then being able to do it at home. With some familiarity, with some continuity and the chemistry that we can create, and then sleeping in your own bed, getting the same routine every day. There's a lot to be said about that.
You mentioned getting healthier. How is Jalen doing this year?
He's doing on-court work a little bit, non-contact still. So I think just finding and figuring out how he responds to this treatment, how his body adjusts to it, and what he's capable of doing.
How difficult is it when you guys had him questionable for multiple games?
Yeah.
Even he's not doing non-contact yet, or even only doing non-contact yet. I guess, is this process taking longer than you had anticipated, or how do you handle that?
Yeah, again, everybody's body is different, so they respond to things differently. It's tricky. It's extremely tricky. You'd like to say that it's going to work this way one day, and then the response differently the another day. So you have to adjust. That's part of life. That's part of the game. That's part of what we do as coaches. You have to adjust to whatever you're given and whatever's put on your plate. And so our main thing is, because we've had guys out for so long, you talk about, Paulo missing dang near 2 months. You talk about Franz missing 20 games. Franz being out, Paulo being out, J.I. being out, Wendell being out some games. We've had a lot of guys out, and so our ability to get guys back for the long haul is going to be more important. So we're careful and smart about how we go about it.
One of those adjustments you made recently was moving Cole back in the starting lineup. Why did that work for you, and what did that provide Cole in that group, the first group?
Well, I really think, Cole, what he does and what we've said we want him to be, is fearless, spacing the floor, attacking the basket, getting downhill, playing with that level of aggression and fearlessness, night in and night out. And I think what he provides is that spark. We always talk about the spark that Jalen provides, but being able to get that from Cole in these moments is very important for us.
Kind of on the other side of the coin, what does bringing AB off the bench do for him and kind of help him rebuild his confidence after struggling?
Well, what I think it really is for him is that he can command that second unit. I think him being the point in that group just gets guys in line where they need to be, put them in place for, positionally, offensively, but then defensively, being able to climb into the basketball, be aggressive, be the head of the snake with that group. I think that's so important for him, and I think he understands that that's what we need from him.
Maybe it's premature with the All-Star break and a chance to kind of take a break and reflect on things, but where do you see AB at developmentally this year? How do you feel like he's kind of grown this season?
He's grown in so many ways. I think the way he's seeing the floor, what we've asked him to do from training camp on, I think you have to go through a body of work in order to see it. And so what we're asking him to do is, command the floor offensively, be that guard that gets everybody in their place, attack downhill when you find the right opportunity, defensively picking up full court, making guards turn, being aggressive. I think we've seen glimpses of that. And I think when you see that, he's special. He's very special. And I think just being able to find that consistency, which will, we'll have the homestand, so we'll be able to see more and a bigger sample size of it will be important for us.
You'll coach your 300th career regular season game tonight. How fast has that gone by, and what have been your biggest takeaways and learning lessons as a head coach over that span?
Wow, I didn't realize it was 300. I guess it does go by fast. I think, I was reading something on the Daily Coach, this email I get, and it's talked about, it's interesting you asked that question because all it said was talking about enjoying the journey. That's what it's been. It's been the amazing coaches, the amazing staff, the people that have been here, you all, just being able to be around you guys, 3 times a day, but being able to have the real conversations and get to know people and create the relationships. Wins and losses are going to come no matter what, but I think along the way and along this journey of 300 games, it's been fun getting to know people and be involved in this community in Orlando that just has embraced this group, our family. You can't ask for anything better other than more wins.
Just really quickly, you guys filled your vacant two-way spot with Ethan Thompson last night. What do you like about his game, and what could he potentially provide? But what have you guys really seen from him this year?
I think his spirit is just fantastic. He just does a great job of fitting all the pieces when he's on the floor. He just finds a way to do what's needed for him. And I think as we move forward, you want to continue to put pieces that fit around the guys that we have on the floor. How do they just pencil themselves in to be able to make the right play, know how to play, the high IQ, and they can play with anybody that they're on the floor with. I think that's so important, and that's what he provides.
To that point, he's beginning his two-way journey. Traveling Queen is, almost running out of games to a certain degree. They're limited, but just what has Traveling provided to this point, and how has he helped you guys?
I mean, just toughness. I mean, you see, when we had a lot of guys out, which has been for a majority of the year, he's done a great job of just stepping in and to the point of Ethan, just being able to understand what's needed in any given moment. Is it a spark of defense? Is it a big shot? Is it an offensive rebound? Is it just standing in the corner being ready to get my shot and my opportunity? But then showing up the same way every single day, providing the energy to this group, providing a great spirit to the group to be able to just fit in the way that you need to.
We've kind of heard with some of the two-way guys that you and Dylan and the two staffs kind of always coordinate what the roles would be on the major league club, even when you're in Osceola. Just what has kind of been the teachings for him throughout the year, for Ethan specifically?
I mean, go ahead.
With that.
I mean, just talking with Dylan and talking to Kevin Tiller and that group down there, just communicating how the style of play, just understanding what is needed, because there's going to be a different style down there when you're up here and you're playing with Franz and Paulo and Wendell versus down there where it's a little bit faster. You're going to shoot a lot more threes, but our ability to adjust, and I think you want to find the guys that can adjust to whatever environment it is, because it's still basketball, but being able to play the right way no matter who's on the floor with you. That's the constant communication. That's how they fit. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
After 5 games out west, 6 if you include the Miami one, how good will it be to play a game in front of your home fans tonight?
Good. I think every team gets a boost while playing at home, so just think it would be good to play in our own gym, on our own floor. Hopefully we can continue to protect home.
It's been a minute since we've got to talk to you. Since then, you've been named a rising star. Just what was kind of your reaction to hearing that news?
Thankful. Super thankful. Not something I'm not going to say it's like a goal I was trying to achieve, but just good progress. Obviously, I didn't make it last year, so sign of progress, sign of whatever that is.
Is there anything extra that you get to play with Tristan? You guys got drafted to the same team?
It's going to be fun playing with Tris. Obviously, we're going to go out there and try to win. Hopefully make it to the last day, play as many games as we can. I just look forward to hanging out with him out there, having fun.
Just for you, we're 52 games into the season. Where do you feel like you've grown, or how do you kind of evaluate your season to this point as we kind of get this reflection point?
Good. Just trying to stay aggressive. Shots not really falling, but a lot of them feel good. So just trusting, my process, trying to get good looks, and then just continuing to shoot them and start to knock them down.
You're a young guy, still has a lot of energy, but when you talk people throughout the league, back-to-backs are obviously a challenge from an energy standpoint, but the first game back from a West Coast trip is also a challenge. Which one of those is tougher, or do they each present their unique challenges?
They're both tough, like you said. Obviously, the long travel makes it a little different coming from the West Coast, but I don't know. I think this team, we'll be fine. We're playing at home, should bring us a boost of energy. Just being back at the house, back in Orlando, so hopefully we come out with some energy.
You guys have, I think, 10 of your next 11 games here in Orlando. You talked about it a little bit, just getting to play in your home gym, getting your home bed and everything. But what can a stretch like that lasts about a month or so do for a team that's trying to gear up for a playoff run?
Just build momentum. That's what the league is. It's momentum. What teams have it, what teams don't have it. So I think just getting in a rhythm, playing under the same roof can get us get our momentum back. Finishing up these last couple games before the break, and then trying to carry that on as we come back and get into the hunt kind of.
Knowing you have all these home games, what's kind of the mood of the team as you prepare for tonight's game?
Mood's good. Ready to come compete, get a win. Like you said, glad to be home. Had a good shoot around in our building, so we look forward to it.
I know it's just quick returns on the Fox Wembanyama pairing from San Antonio, but what kind of challenge do you anticipate them presenting to you guys?
Good players. Obviously, it's still new, so they probably still trying to figure out what's what over there and who's doing what. But two really good players, so we gotta be locked in on defense, ready to guard Fox, ready to make it tough on Wemby too. So yeah, be a good challenge for us for our defense.
Deal, thanks, AB. After a lengthy road trip, 5 games out west,
Yep.
6 if you include the Miami game, how good will it be to play a game on your home court in front of the fans?
Fantastic. Looking forward to it.
How important is kind of the next level? How important is this stretch for kind of rebuilding the team's confidence?
Super important for where we are, for how the road trip went. We got to take care of business.
How did you kind of assess the way your guys' defense has played over the last month or so?
It's been rough. It's been rough, man. We continuing to try to figure it out. Continue to kind of work at it. We've kind of slopped off there. I don't think it's an energy and effort problem. I think we're just not as dialed in or locked in as we have been in the past. So we're getting there. We got a great home stretch to take advantage of that.
You guys get to get in the film room a lot during
Right,
you guys
right.
at home. How important is being able to see some of those mistakes maybe on camera and talk about them as a group to recognize?
Necessary, and we've done that. And guys continue to hold each other accountable, and we're just gonna take one step at a time, one day at a time.
You've been part of some teams that had big runs after the All-Star break or later in the season.
Yeah.
I think obviously 2019, all of Moses' teams have done better as the season goes on. What's the key to finishing the season strong?
I think it's just the spirit, our attitude. I'm optimistic. Everybody's optimistic. We're not hanging our heads about where we're at or feeling like anything is lost or the season is over. We've got a lot of games left to play, and if we approach it with the right mindset, we'll be okay.
Yeah, you know how important energy is. Back-to-backs are obviously a challenge on energy.
Right.
So our first game back from a lengthy West Coast trip. How important will be energy tonight, featuring you guys who are on that and the Spurs who are on a back-to-back?
I think we understand how kind of crucial it is. You just go out there and attack it. I think we'll be okay energy-wise and mindset-wise, and we'll let the cards hold what it means, but we're ready to play a basketball game.